as a result of a disruptive event that occurred at the North Dakota State Fair on July 26, 2025, country music sensation Luke Bryan has issued a harsh warning to his fans. Bryan is known for his high-energy performances and his magnetic personality. In the midst of an exhilarating encore performance of his hit song, Country Girl, Shake It For Me, the singer, who is now on his country song Came on Tour, was struck in the face by a little plush ball that was thrown by a fan. The musician is 49 years old. A heated discussion regarding concert etiquette and artist safety has been generated as a result of the incident, which was captured on camera by concertgoers and extensively shared on sites like as TikTok and. Bryan has responded to the incident with a combination of professionalism and irritation. A cherished institution, the North Dakota State Fair is held yearly in Minot. This year, which marked the fair's 60th anniversary, it attracted a record-breaking 350,000 attendees, shattering even the previous record. The highlight of the occasion was Bryan's performance, which had the audience on their feet and singing along to his biggest singles, which topped the charts. Bryan himself referred to the mood as a big old fun party, and it was characterized as being electric. Nevertheless, the atmosphere changed during the encore when the object, which was described as a small stress ball that resembled foam, struck the singer in the middle of her performance, as stated by the Ward County Sheriff's Department. In the video that was captured by fans, Bryan can be seen momentarily staggering and appearing obviously angry. He then takes a little pause to gaze into the crowd, and then he resumes the song with an overwhelming sense of professionalism. One user of TikTok commented a video that rapidly went viral, saying, "Poor Luke Bryan got hit in the face during his encore, but he carried on like a champ despite the injury." The issue was discussed by Bryan in an interview with Taste of Country Nights, during which he expressed both forgiveness and aggravation with the situation. The final song of the evening is being played. In spite of the fact that it was a big, wonderful party, I believe that one person went a little bit too far, he remarked. We are aware of it. All of the other entertainers in the world are receiving things that are thrown at them. Bryan said that he might have responded differently if he had identified the person responsible for the incident, despite the fact that he chose not to interrupt the show in order to confront the offender. As he pointed out, if I had seen him throw it, I could have gone right to him, and I probably would have jumped right off in there. He went on to say that doing so would have killed the vibe of the show. Instead, he chose to maintain a high level of energy, which earned him plaudits from supporters for his ability to remain calm. Although Luke Bryan was struck, he continued to rock out. A commentator on TikTok expressed deep respect for the user. As a result of the event, talks have been rekindled regarding a concerning tendency that has been observed in live performances: fans throwing objects at musicians. Bryan is not the only person to experience behavior of this nature. Baby Rexha, who was attacked in the face with a phone in 2023, Kelsey Ballerini, who was struck by a bracelet, and Pink, who had a bag of ashes thrown at her, are all examples of musicians who have experienced similar disruptions in recent years. As a result of these instances, concerns have been raised over the safety of concerts, which has led to calls for more stringent security measures and improved audience behavior. In response to the video of Bryan's incident that was uploaded to TikTok, a fan stated, "There is no excuse for this." An additional individual stated, "This is probably the reason why we do not get better concerts at the fair," which reflects the frustration that is felt by fans who believe that actions of this nature diminish the quality of the musical experience. Bryan's admonition to fans, which he conveyed both indirectly through his reaction and overtly in his interview, highlights a more general request for respect. The difficulty of handling instances of this nature in real time without disrupting a performance was brought to light by his statement to Taste of Country Nights. "You hope that you can see who did it," he said. His brief engagement with the crowd, in which he asked, "Who are we pointing at?" and his request for supporters to desist from hurling things, generated shouts from the audience, which indicated their support for him. However, he did not address the incident either on stage or on social media. It was noted by the Ward County Sheriff's Department, which is in charge of overseeing security at the fair, the object appeared to be innocuous. On the other hand, Chief Deputy Larry Hubbard emphasized that events of this nature paint the event in a bad light and are becoming more and more common. The viral aspect of the incident has exacerbated the topic on social media, particularly on where fans have expressed both admiration for Bryan's resiliency and fury at the culprit. In particular, the conversation has been most prevalent on. One person remarked, "It's a shame that whoever did this did it." And further person posed the question, who would throw something at someone they paid to see? There have also been analogies made between this occurrence and previous on-stage mistakes that Bryan has experienced, such as a sequence of falls that he hilariously addressed on Jimmy Kimmel Live. In the year 2024, those events were attributed to slick stages and his energetic dancing techniques. However, this most recent event highlights a new kind of challenge, one that is founded in the behavior of the audience rather than the settings of the performance. "I'm 6'0". I'm up there trying to do Michael Jackson moves in too big of a frame," Bryan joked in the past, but the tone around this event is far less light-hearted than it was before. The fact that Bryan was able to carry on like a champ in spite of the disruption has only served to further solidify his reputation as a consummate professional. Fans have praised his ability to connect with audiences through his down-to-earth personality and high-octane performances, which have resulted in his country song "Came on Tour" being a success. The tour began in May and has been a phenomenal success, with gigs being completely sold out across the United States. Despite the fact that the North Dakota event was tragic, it has not eclipsed the success of the tour. However, it has served as a wake-up call for concertgoers. One user on TikTok expressed their regret, saying, "Now this is why North Dakota can't have anything nice." This opinion echoes the sentiment that similar behavior may discourage artists from appearing at smaller venues such as state fairs. The impact of the tragedy extends beyond Bryan's personal experience and has wider-reaching ramifications. Objects being thrown at musicians is becoming an increasingly common practice, which has spurred discussions about how to protect artists while yet maintaining the social atmosphere of live music performances. While there are those who advocate for more stringent security systems and bag checks, there are also those who feel that the most important thing is to cultivate a culture of respect among the spectators. Despite the fact that announcements are made before to concerts at the North Dakota State Fair, in which audiences are expressly urged not to hurl things, Hubbard also observed that the problem continues to exist. In an interview with KFYR-TV, he stated, "It is a problem, particularly when they are throwing it at the stage, aimed at the artist." An otherwise outstanding tour is marred by the incident, which Bryan considers to be a rare blemish. He frequently pokes fun at himself, whether it be for his on-stage tumbles or for being mistaken for another country artist in his hometown. The American Idol judge and country music hero has built his career on his ability to connect with people. He frequently shares anecdotes about his Georgia background and makes fun of himself. His perseverance and dedication to his supporters are demonstrated by the fact that he was able to put the North Dakota tragedy out of his mind while still acknowledging the gravity of the situation. As he continues his tour, fans are rallying behind him, and many of them are pushing for a renewed focus on conducting themselves appropriately during concerts. According to one of the posts, Luke Bryan deserves better. To show him the respect that he gives us each and every night on stage, we should say. Bryan's caution serves as a reminder that live performances are a shared experience, one that feeds on mutual respect between artists and fans. This is something that should be kept in mind when the dust gradually settles. Despite the fact that the incident that occurred at the North Dakota State Fair may no longer be in the news, its impact continues to linger, prompting spectators to reconsider their decision to allow boisterous behavior dominate the music. At this moment, Bryan is demonstrating that even a stray stress ball is not able to dampen his sparkle. He is keeping the party going.